I'm a proud mom of 7, a grandmom of 1, and I'm a survivor of domestic violence and abuse. It took me many years before I even had the courage to make my first report. And it took him being in prison, but I went back. And I went back because I saw the holes and the flaws in the system. How would I work? How would I continue to feel safe when I go out of the shelter? And he knew what to say. And that's another thing. Most abusers are master manipulators. I thought it was going to be different, based on our conversations, based on us praying together on the phone, based on the promises he made. Then in 2013, we had an incident, and then he hit me with a rolling pin. ABBA is short for All for Bracelet Alerts, because protection orders were not enough to protect victims of abuse. Somewhere along the line, someone would have contacted me from the coalition.
There was the 16 days of activism to eliminate violence against women and girls. We came up with an idea to have the Triumph Over Trauma series in which we would feature survivors. And from that moment on, Valdeen became an ally and an advocate with us. Simply because to have a woman come to say, listen, I am a survivor of abuse, and the kinds of abuse that women experience, it's tremendous.
I started an online petition out of frustration and wanting to be heard more. What I want to see is more involvement locally, and not only when something happens.
Valdeen continues to be that beacon to other victims that there is hope to transition her state from what persons may view as a victim to survivor, and she hasn't stopped there. She's moved on to be an advocate.
I really applaud Valdeen for her efforts where gender-based violence is concerned, and her passion to just continue using her situation and her testimony to assist others.
My source of strength had been spirituality, and out of that came the start of my book. I'm hopeful that through my advocacy, we can change victims to survivors, that we can break the cycle of abuse by addressing the real need for counseling for abusers, because all an abuser has to do is find another victim.